Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. If you're new here, welcome, and I would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. And if you like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up and share. Today I am doing another pumpkin wreath using the Dollar Tree pumpkin frame. For this wreath, you're going to need one metal pumpkin frame from Dollar Tree, and I spray painted mine gold. You're going to need 2 different colors of ribbon with wire. You're going to need 5 floral picks, and mine came from Dollar Tree. And you're going to need 1 metal word from Dollar Tree. And your hot glue gun and glue sticks, some floral stem wire, your zip ties, scissors, and some wire cutters for this wreath. You can make this wreath whatever color you would like, but I am using 2 shades of blue today. I picked up my solid color blue ribbon last year at Sam's Club when they had the Christmas ribbon out, and then this plaid ribbon I picked it up at Craft Outlet, but the Dollar Tree ribbon works great, and they have some beautiful colors out right now. I did 2 rows or bands, whatever you would like to call it, of the solid blue, and then the center one I went back and did the plaid ribbon in it. But just be very careful when you're hot gluing your ribbon onto your wreath form, and just make sure you try to get the ribbon as nice and tight and smooth as you can. And so the outer 2 stripes were solid and the center one was plaid. This is my second pumpkin wreath tutorial. I did one yesterday, so I will link that tutorial in the drop down box below for you. And this is how it looks with the 2 rows of solid color ribbon. And I did go back and do the plaid in the middle, and now I'm making a bow. This ribbon is 2.5 inch width ribbon with wire. So remember to let out a tail, make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in your left hand, go to the other side, make a loop about the same size as your first loop, then just go back and forth, trying to make the loops the same size on each side until you get the bow the size you want, and then let out a tail. Now I did do a second color on top of this one, and it is 1.5 inch width, and it does have wire too, but just remember to let out a tail when you start and when you finish. You can stop right here. You don't have to add a second color if you do not want to. So it's just your personal preference. So I just let out a tail, same steps. And I did make this bow a little bit smaller than the solid color bow. And so make sure you keep it pinched tightly in your hand, and you're going to want to have either a zip tie, a pipe cleaner, or some floral stem wire close by to wrap tightly around the center of your bow. And I usually use the 20 gauge floral stem wire on mine. Make sure you get your wire nice and tight around your ribbon. To dovetail the ends, fold your ribbon in half with the edges to the left side. Go to the folded side and cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. And then make sure you fluff your loops on your bow. Once you have your bow made, you can set it aside, and we're going to start working on our swag. Now in the video, I only showed 4 floral picks from Dollar Tree, but I did add some blue berries, so that makes it a total of 5 picks. I wanted this swag to be a little bit longer, and so I only cut a couple flowers off of each pick. That way, this pumpkin wreath is pretty big, and so I wanted it to be a pretty big swag. Normally I cut all of my little picks shorter, but make sure you leave some long. For my swags, I usually like to do the same thing on both sides, but this time I did not have the same flowers, so it's a little bit different, and it works out okay. But usually what I do on the left, I try to do on the right. Start with the longer picks and put them down first, and then put one on the left, one on the right, overlapping the stems, and just continue same steps until you get the swag the size you want, and then you'll want to have a zip tie close by to wrap it tightly around the center of your little swag. You can purchase all of your materials for this wreath at Dollar Tree, so it's really cute and inexpensive to make, And there's lots of great tutorials out there right now for these pumpkin wreath forms. My husband usually picks up zip ties for me at Harbor Freight. And after you have your little swag zip tied together, you can kind of fluff and shape your swag. Here I'm just making sure that I get that zip tie nice and tight. And then you'll trim off the extra part of the zip tie, and then you're ready to add your bow to the center of your little swag. And I just use those wires that are on my bow to twist it around my little swag. Next, you're ready to place your swag on your pumpkin. Now first, I usually just wire mine on with the wires that are on the back of the bow, and then I flip it over, look at it, I hang it up and play with it, and when I decide that I have it in the right place, I usually add some hot glue, some more wire, and some zip ties. That way it doesn't move. I also hot glued the word thankful onto my wreath. Then make sure you go back and fluff the loops on your bow, place your tails however you like them, and kind of fluff and shape your flowers on your little swag. And that's it, guys. It's finished. Very simple to make and inexpensive. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial, and if you have not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and if you want notifications for when I upload a tutorial, click the little bell and YouTube will notify you.